Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rob with BlameRobVideos, and you're about to listen to a podcast on YouTube. If you've never listened to a podcast before, it's all audio. So what I'm going to do is throw up some video on the screen for you to watch and entertain your eyes. Sometimes it'll be related to what we're talking about, and sometimes it won't. Enjoy. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Rob with BlameRobVideos, and today we're going to be discussing DayZ and whether or not it's worth buying the game. Today I'm joined with three of my buddies. I have Pint. How's it going, Pint?
I'm doing pretty well.
So I know Pint from the TeamPlayerGaming Counter-Strike server, and we've done a whole bunch of videos together. A whole bunch of gaming videos together. That sounds really bad. But anyway, we're also joined by Smoke. Smoke, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Good. And I also know Smoke from the TeamPlayerGaming server, but I know him from Team Fortress 2. Smoke plays a really good spy, as well as pyro, as well as
pretty much every class.
Pretty much every class. Not even going to hold back on being humble or anything. Just going to tell you like it is.
Like it is.
All right. And then lastly, we have Bucket joining us today. How's it going, Bucket?
It's going. It's going.
So I know Bucket also from the TeamPlayerGaming server through Counter-Strike. Bucket, I think I only know you from Counter-Strike, and then I was surprised you ended up playing DayZ with us, so that was really nice.
Yeah.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty of whether we should buy the game or not, how about we'll go around the table and say basically yes or no, should you buy the game for $30? So starting off with Pint, should you buy the game for $30, yes or no?
Yes.
And what is the main reason why you should buy this game for $30? In like one or two sentences, why should you buy this game for $30?
This game doesn't appeal to everybody, but if it does appeal to you, I mean, it'd be worth $60.
Got it.
Not $90. I mean, I've already gotten more hours out of it than
a lot of 90-hour game or $60.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right, Smoke. Would you buy this game for $30? Yes or no?
Yes, I would.
And one or two sentences, very quickly. What are your main reasons for that answer?
Because it's takes a little bit more strategy. It's not run and gun. It's just a little bit more of a thinker's man, first-person shooter / MMO / RPG or whatever it is.
Cool. And Bucket, you are last, sir. Buy this game, yes or no?
Yes.
And your reasoning, please.
Zombie Survival RPG. Enough said.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. And then, so I already introduced myself. I'm Rob with BlameRobVideos, and my answer is the same as all these other fine gentlemen's. I also say yes. I say yes because it's only $30, so you're paying about half the price of a new game, and it's just so popular by sheer numbers. Like, so many people have picked up this game. People who play Counter-Strike, people that play RPGs. It's really fun. It's got zombies. You add zombies to anything, it becomes incredibly fun. So I would say yes. Pint, can you give us maybe a quick summary of what DayZ is? Just for someone that has no idea what DayZ is, how would you explain the game to them?
Well, the interface is a first-person shooter. You have either a third-person view like you would in... I've never played Call of Duty, but I understand that's available in Call of Duty.
Right.
Or Battlefield Bad Company. Or you have the first-person view, and there's guns. But it's very misleading. It's not a first-person shooter. That isn't the core of the game. The core of the game is it's a survival simulator. So you need to stay up on your food and water, ammo conservation.
Right.
And it is a real challenge to last 4 days without getting waxed on this game.
Smoke, do you have anything to add to that?
I would say that the game is a lot more, like I said, thinking men's game. You gotta, it's more avoiding stuff than shooting stuff.
And so, can you give us an example of that?
You're trying to get into a town where they have like a supermarket, which is basically where you're going to get food items, ammo, stuff. So your goal is, in this town there may be 30 zombies. If you shoot a gun, you're going to have 15 of those zombies on you in a second. So your goal is to get from point A to point B without making any noise.
Because they aggro you.
Because they aggro you. Or not to let them see you.
Right.
So you have to plan out. You can't just run into town run
Guns
into where
blazing.
you're going. Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
Got it.
If you have a big group, yeah, that can work. But if you're by yourself, you know, your senses are on high alert.
Right. Right. And so I talked to Pine about this. I think about a week or two ago, and another reason why you probably shouldn't run in and gun is because a lot of the times the zombies that are in towns don't drop anything, right? It's not worth it. You just lose ammo, and you risk injury whenever you go in guns blazing trying to take out all the zombies, right?
And also, not only that, but your other enemy, which is the players in the game.
Right. And actually, I'm gonna stop you right there because I'd like to hear it from Bucket, because I think Bucket's the newest player out of the four of us. And so, Bucket, I was wondering if you could go over the things that would kill you in this game, aka the zombies as well as enemy players.
You gotta watch out for enemy players. You have to be really, really cautious. I mean, you can't just run around through fields without checking your surroundings, because someone could be watching you. I mean, there's always the unknown factor of being stalked. Yeah, someone can just be sitting there watching your every movement.
Right.
At any second. And there's a thrill to that. Like,
And
I know
that's
it's a
part of what
video game, but it's exciting.
No, I totally agree with you. And this is a good segue into what makes the game fun. Like, why should people buy this game? And so, Bucket, you mentioned like it's part of the thrill, right? And
Yeah.
so, I guess, how would you further elaborate on that? And then, why else should someone buy this game? What else makes it fun for you? I guess is what I'm asking.
Just playing with a group of friends. You know, having an objective. There's no real main objective to this game, but if you're with a group of friends, you could go raid a town, go scavenge for better weapons,
Go hunt other players.
Just go hunt other players. Go,
Right.
you know, post up in a bigger city where it's highly populated.
Like Electro or Cherno.
Exactly.
Right. And so we mentioned hunting other players. Just very quickly, Bucket, can you tell us briefly what happens when you die and how long maybe just give us a quick summary of how long it takes to re-gear up and meet back up with your party or meet back up with your friends?
It roughly takes around an hour. I mean, when you die, you lose everything.
Everything.
You just restart like a totally new person.
Right.
That process gets quicker the more you play and the more times you die.
The more times you die.
Yeah, the more you know the map, the more you learn the quickest routes to places and where to go first to get geared up.
Right. And so let's go around the table. How many times has everyone died around here, starting with Pint?
Well, my first day, I died 10 times, but it was kind of intentional. Like, I wanted to learn the engine. So I was trying to get as close as I could to a zombie while running.
Got it.
And then I'd say, okay, well, that's how close I can be running and he'll see me. And then I would crouch run. I mean, I literally went down the list to learn how the zombies interact.
It was death for science, right?
Exactly. But I actually, after that first day, I lived 6 days, and that was
With
the
me,
beginning.
right?
Yeah, that was the beginning of your. That's when I was getting you to get the game.
Right, exactly.
And what killed us was we'll have to bring that up later. But there's some nut job who apparently knows his computer technology and not hacking in the sense that he downloaded a program, but hacking in the sense like hacker. You know,
right.
Computer programmer. He hijacked a server and put in a kill all command and
that's how we died.
The whole server. That's how that ended my longest live streak of 6
That's
days.
when you guys came and picked me up.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And you died too, I think, Bucket, to that. So
I did.
So besides that, I think you probably died. I'm guessing you probably died Pint after that. Probably
I mean, it's an alpha engine, so I mean, the mod is alpha.
Sure.
So you can't get bent out of shape if you died to a glitch. I mean, there's
Sure.
There's a lot of them. I mean, myself and Bucket, we found a boat, and we're like, oh, a boat, how cool is that? And we both jump in the boat, and by entering the boat, it killed us.
Right. Oh, that sucks. So we'll talk about what kills you and cons to this game and glitches and things like that later. But before, I just don't want to forget asking everyone else how many times they've died very quick, and then talking about the pros, like why people should buy this game. So actually, Smoke, how many times have you died since playing this game? On about, if you had to guess.
Well, since I got my socks and shoes off, I can count past 20. So I would say at least 15.
Okay. And how long have you been playing it, roughly? A couple weeks?
Yeah, about two weeks, yeah, or so.
And then Bucket, how about you?
I want to say 30 times, maybe.
And then you've been playing for about 2 weeks as well, right?
About a week.
About a week? Okay.
I think my total, not counting my first day, would be I'd be about 10.
Okay. Which is good. Which is
Usually
respectable.
about every other day, every third day.
I may have exaggerated, but
It's okay.
I want to say it's more than all that.
You're just awful.
Maybe close to, like, between 15 and 20, because when I first started, I did die quite a bit because I didn't know what was going on. Everyone else was busy, so I was just running around and ran out of ammo multiple times. And
Right. I am proud to. Well, I am actually not proud, but not proud to report that I have not died to natural causes or to a player yet. However,
Knock on
that
wood.
is disclaimed. Yeah, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it, but to be fair, because I'm doing these videos and because Pint was so nice enough to hold my hand throughout the entire time I was learning, I've never really had to put myself at great risk. I usually play 99% of the time I play with other players, and usually that group of players exceeds 5 players. So I am rarely in harm's way. In addition, I usually run a sniper rifle, so I'm usually not in harm's way. I'm not the one going into town.
You should have been with us last night.
Oh, what happened last night?
We found a Jeep on a hilltop.
Oh my goodness.
We just checked it out, and there was AK rounds inside the Jeep. So we figured, oh, players are here trying to fix this Jeep, so we took off running.
And then, oh wait, on foot, not in
On
Jeep,
foot,
right?
not in the Jeep, on foot, because there's players around.
Okay.
As we were running in the tree lines, we got sniped.
How many of there were you, and how many of you died?
There was 3 of us, and all 3 of us died.
To the same. Well, did you hear multiple shots, or did you?
Yes.
Well, oh,
Yes.
okay.
We were running. I was in a ghillie suit. I was the first to get hit. I got knocked unconscious, and then I'm not sure what happened after that.
Sure. Who else was there?
It was me, Bucket, and Scott, right?
Loki.
Loki.
Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. You guys got your gear back, or do you know?
No.
Where actually? Where was it approximately on the map? Northeast, northwest airfield, or
Middle.
North. No, north is Starry, right?
Yeah, also.
Oh yeah. That's I remember. That's where we were. Remember when you killed Ira Pint and we had to go running? I'm pretty sure we ran in that direction. But anyway, I digress.
It was near there. You're right.
Right. So actually, the whole reason why we're having this stupid audio log or this video log. It's not. Well, the reason why we're doing this video log is because we had a comment from a player or from a viewer, and they were asking, is it worth it to buy DayZ? And I thought it'd be nice to not just give him a text response, but to actually do a little mini video response for this guy and bring in a couple of guys from TeamPlayerGaming that I've been playing the game with, and we'd, make our case about buying the game. And so how about we start? We'll go in reverse order this time. So Bucket, I think, like I said, I think you're the newest to playing DayZ. Number 1, what attracted you to the game? And number 2, what made this game fun for you? Or what is making this game fun for you? And we've kind of gone over a little bit, but it's okay. In your own words, again, what do you think?
Well, what attracted me to it was just the whole zombie apocalypse aspect to it. And that it looked like it was a first person shooter, but I realized it's not. But it still looked fun. I watched a video and I just was like, man, I gotta try out this game. So that was just an easy decision just to buy it and play it.
Nice.
And I don't regret it.
Yeah, I don't regret it either. It was a good $30. I mean, it's a solid game, even though it's in the beta, or excuse me, alpha, even though there's beta servers. But I guess we can sort of talk about that later. Smoke, you're up. So what attracted you to this game, and what's making the game fun for you right now?
Well, I saw some of your videos.
Awesome, thank you.
So I was watching those, and I'm one for kind of stealthy kind of games like that. So I just picked it up. I picked up Arma and downloaded it and got in there and played. I mean, it's just one of those things. Yeah, I'm always jumping from game to game anyway. So
No, that's cool. So what's making this game fun for you right now?
right now, I guess getting with the other guys and just kind of doing more group stuff as far as, you know, raiding towns and that kind of stuff. I like that.
Right.
Every
That's
time
what
I'm
makes
on
it fun for me
every time
too.
I'm by myself, I get shot. So I like to stick with other people.
Safety in numbers.
I got
definitely.
shot. I got killed yesterday after 4 days, and there was 4 people on the server,
What?
and
Where
I got
was that?
killed.
Were you near Cherno or Electro?
I was outside of Starry.
Okay, that's a high population.
Yeah, but
especially
still, there was 4 people on the server, and I got killed.
was
Well,
it
if
near
there-
the military tents?
Yeah.
If there's 4 people on the server, then one's going to be at the Northwest Airfield, one's going to be at the military at Sestari, one's going to be at Cherno, one's going to be at Electro. So
I was. Yeah.
You should have gone to the Northeast Airfield, my friend.
4 places on the map, you're definitely going to get shot.
Exactly. So, Pint, how about you? Whatchamacallit? What made you interested in this game, and what's making it fun for you right now?
Well, I'm 34, so the video games that I grew up with, is someone hitting somebody with a broom?
Yes, kind of.
Okay, I think it's dead.
It's
Anyway,
me. Yeah, I told them to stop. It's okay, I can edit that out or keep it in. It doesn't matter. Okay, anyway.
It's not a zombie, is it?
It could be. It might be. But DayZ has taught me well. I'm prone right now, so they're not going to aggro.
Gotcha. Well, a lot of the games that I grew up playing, when you died, I mean, you could work up to a point, you know, getting gear in like an RPG or a MUD. I know people that are watching this that are 19 are like, what's a
I
MUD?
remember a MUD. I played MUD.
Multi-user dimension, all text-based. It's the first MMO ever created.
Zork.
And
Archbase.
Durus Land of Bloodlust forever. But when you die in that, I mean, you die, and whoever killed you gets to loot your corpse.
Right.
So this game has that same aspect.
Ultima Online.
If I die to another player, or if I kill another player, I get to see what goodies he has.
Exactly.
I like that. There's a thrill in a gunfight that you can't have in Counter-Strike because you're just going to respawn and do it again.
Exactly. And to add on to that... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If I get in a gunfight on DayZ and I've been alive for 5 days, I probably have a M4 with a nice holographic sight or better. I have the best backpack in the game. I have more ammo than I could take out every zombie on the map. I have enough ammo.
Yep.
And when I get in a firefight and I'm in that situation, it is gripping how exciting it is. Because, I mean, any bullet that catches me in the dome, I'm dead. That guy gets my stuff. And if he's in the same boat, he's probably doing the same thing. I mean, there's a hypertension when there's that much at risk.
No,
and that's a detriment to some people. Some people play and they're like, man, I can't believe when you die you lose everything. There's all these crying threads on the DayZ forum about it.
Right.
I mean, people
but it's not
just
that type of game.
rubbing Ben Gay on their bottom because they're so butthurt over this stuff. I love it. That's what I like about it.
Right, and so
there's consequences for stuff.
Exactly. It's not a modern warfare where you just run and gun and respawn. It's not a Battlefield where you can just run around and instantly respawn once you die. It's not that type of game. And so the way I've described it to other people, including you guys, is that I feel like it's a big time investment, especially with us, a lot of us coming from Counter-Strike backgrounds. Back in the day when Counter-Strike first came out, it came out during a time when the FPS scene was dominated by games like Quake, Unreal Tournament, where when you die, you automatically respawn. And so for Counter-Strike to come in during that time and introduce, dying and then having to wait until the next round starts, that was new. And I think that the thrill of staying alive and not dying in Counter-Strike during that time is very similar to what we're experiencing here with DayZ. And it actually is even more so because in DayZ, just like you said, Bucket, it takes like an hour just to re-gear from scratch, right?
I mean, just to add to what Bucket said, I mean, that hour is maybe a compass.
Yeah.
It's more than likely a rifle of some sort. It might not even be a military grade one. It might be, granddaddy's shotgun.
Exactly. And so...
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, that hour investment isn't all that much. When you get to the 4 or 5 or 6 day mark, when you've been able to scavenge for a while. I mean that's
a big investment.
You've really probably collected a lot of nice stuff in that time.
And that's what makes it so thrilling, is because at any time you could die. And so, like you mentioned, Pint, for a lot of people, it's not their type of game. But on the flip side of that, there's a lot of people that really, really like that type of game where you're scavenging, and it's a lot like Hunger Games. A lot of people equate it to Hunger Games. And, any survival type movie like Hunger Games or Battle Royale or... actually, I'm getting a little bit off track. I meant to... Running Man. But anyway, it's a big time dump. It's a big time investment for you. And so when you get in that firefight, as you were describing, Pint, the thrill is amazing, just like you were saying. And so I'm sorry, go ahead, Smoke.
I was about to say, nothing will get your heart going faster than getting a good weapon, getting yourself geared up, and then having bullets shot at you.
Exactly.
Your heart will race. I mean, I was talking to them the other day. It scared the crap out of me. There was a thunderstorm and a thunder strike happened in game, and it was so loud. I was like, it just scared me because I thought somebody was shooting at me, but it wasn't.
A couple days ago, I was actually in that situation. I play with you guys a lot, but since I keep odd hours, I'm often playing by myself. I enjoy that too.
Yeah.
And I was going down some tree line. I took fire from my right. I got hit. I went prone, and I saw the guy flash into trees. I shot twice and killed him.
Wow. Did you even was it semi-blind fire, or you just guesstimated?
No, I saw him flash through the trees, and I just followed with the aim through the trees, and I got the shot.
Did you lead your target?
Yeah, no, it was close enough range. I didn't have to lead.
Got it.
But when I was playing by myself. I mean, it was 2 o'clock in the morning here in Colorado Springs, and I think I woke up half the neighborhood. And I jumped up and I just yelled, "Enjoy the beach, bitch!"
That's awesome.
And the guy, he had the drop on me. He got in the first hit. I should have died. In this game, if you are seen first, you lose.
Exactly.
90% of the time.
Just like real life, right? So this game is fairly realistic in many aspects, including when you get hit, how quick it is to get injured. Even from a zombie can injure you quite easily, even if you're at full life. You can start bleeding, you can break your bone, and then once you get past a certain amount of hit points, and it's fairly quick how fast it happens. Yeah. Pint, it's like under 9,000, you have a chance to get knocked unconscious. Is that right?
Yeah, a zombie can knock you out under 9K, yes.
Exactly, and so there's a lot of aspects to this game that are very, very realistic, and that's part of the fun, including, damage and realistic hunger and thirst and weather and rain blinding you, and the sounds and everything about this game is just really, really good. And it's only in its alpha phase, correct? And which is why we have a lot of those hackers.
The mod is in alpha, yes.
Excuse me, the mod is in its alpha. Thank you. And so, talking about hackers, or speaking of hackers, we're sort of timing out here, and so I'd really like to get through... I'd like to play Devil's Advocate and get your guys' take on what people have to say about the bad things about the game. So, we're talking about things like hackers that have... I've heard of auto-aim where they kill a bunch of people very quickly, similar to Counter-Strike. But the one that we've experienced is the server-wiping hacker. There's other cons to this game, such as glitches. We've heard all kinds of ways to die, including dying from... Just today, we heard, who was it? Loki died running down a hill?
Running down a hill.
And so we've seen other more common things like...
zombies going underneath raised floors and attacking you from the bottom.
That's crazy.
I had that happen where basically I didn't see what was attacking me, and I looked down and there's just hands. All you see is hands just going through the floor.
Exactly, and they can attack you through walls too, right?
Well, that's supposed to be fixed.
That's getting fixed in the next patch.
Yeah, but as of right now, it's
still there, right? And then other ways to die are you can die to stairs, you can die to doors, you can die to a boat, right? You got Bucket and Pint. You guys died to a boat today.
I don't want to talk about it.
I had a full kit. I was on like day 4 or 5 Bucket.
We went on a long journey. We were alive for a while. We had GPSs, we had guns, we had just set up a couple tents just to store parts to try and repair some vehicles.
Right. And then there's other not so sunshine and rainbow parts of this game, like people that use the disconnect exploit in order to avoid death. There's other things like this being a people would argue that this is a sandbox game, there's no objective, and so what point is there to play the game? But we've kind of touched on that a little bit. But what would you guys say to the cons of the game that I just listed, starting with, let's start with Pint and we'll go back in reverse order.
Well, about the game being a sandbox, I mean, if you have a low IQ and you can't give yourself something to do in a game, then yeah, you probably want to go play one of the Modern Warfare games.
Sure.
But if you can see the game not as a constraint that you, not that it's not giving you something to do, but that you can do anything.
Anything, exactly.
Anything.
Anything.
I mean, if I died today when we were playing, I might get a wild hair at my butt and just go be a bell tower sniper for an hour in Cherno.
Sure.
I might go search for people's camps, and instead of trying to get loot out of buildings, go try to find someone's tents and vehicles. And
You could just ride a bicycle down the road. Be
Yeah.
happy.
Or you could steal somebody else's vehicle.
yeah, like I stole that boat underneath that guy's nose. That was fun.
I jacked a bicycle from somebody riding it. I saw,
Was that the other day?
Yeah,
when I was on?
I saw a guy in a ghillie suit riding a bike across the field. And it stuck out like a sore thumb. It just stuck out. So I lined my shot up and I shot him. And then I found the bike next to a bush, and then I went joyriding.
And if any of you know, if any of you have played Counter-Strike with Bucket, he's a really good shot. He's gotten worse. He's gotten worse ever since playing DayZ, but he's still good.
Yeah, I was actually playing some Counter-Strike this afternoon, and
Not so
yeah,
good.
not so great.
Not worth mentioning. Okay, so we talked about the sandbox aspect. Does anyone have any comments regarding? Let's talk about hackers. What about hackers? What can we say about that?
I haven't.
Hackers suck in every game. Doesn't matter what it is.
They're
Is it going
bound
to
to
get fixed?
happen.
Does anyone know if it's going to get fixed or patched?
I'm
or,
sure.
Or if it's
Name a game. Name a game where there hasn't been hacking.
sure. That's
Name
fair.
one.
Name
Can
a,
anyone name one?
alpha or a beta that hasn't been hacked. I mean, it's just
True.
that's just the nature. That's how they figure out what's wrong with it.
I'm talking full-fledged games. I mean,
That too, yeah.
From Crisis to Counter-Strike.
Every
I
game.
mean, this stuff. It's every game.
Have they hacked DayZ beta servers yet? Are there hackers on DayZ beta servers?
Well, it's the Arma 2. The beta is an Arma 2 patch.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Two different things.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think there's less hackers because the ones that require the beta patch are less populous, so the hackers have less targets to troll.
Probably
Gotcha.
most likely is the ones that are beta and updated or actually have admins and people taking care of the servers.
Gotcha.
The ones that aren't are just Wild West.
Got it. So how about glitches? What would you guys say about glitches? Anybody?
It happens in an alpha. In an alpha mod, it's still in alpha stages. They're gonna happen.
And they're probably going to get fixed.
Yeah, I mean, if it happens, just report it. Hopefully, it gets fixed.
Sounds
I
good.
mean,
And I believe it'll be fixed too.
A lot of these glitches, though, once you learn how the glitch works, then you can learn to avoid it.
yep.
Like the dying in a door glitch.
Except for the one.
If you're opening a door and it's going to swing out to you, you open the door and then back away from the door, so that doesn't hit you in the face. Or I guess that's what's killing you. Or two players trying to push through one doorway. Just don't do it. Yeah.
Sounds good. So I thought we could end our little video response by maybe telling our best quick 1 or 2 minute story to end the video. So how about we start with Bucket, then Smoke, then Pint. So Bucket, you're up. Do you need time to think, sir?
No. Yesterday or 2 days ago, me, myself, Pint, Crom, and Spec Op Scott were north of the Northwest Airfield, and Pint spotted a bus.
A bus.
Somebody driving a bus
So it was
into the
moving.
woods.
It was moving.
Yeah, somebody was driving it into the woods.
Okay.
So we decided to go into the woods to try and find where the bus was going.
And
We saw another vehicle, a blue van.
Hippie van.
So we shot the hippie van up. We opened fire on it, hoping to kill the driver or blow a tire out or just slow him down, just to try and maybe steal his vehicle.
yeah,
Because we were excited at the time. We stumbled across a gold mine.
We went on the truck though, so I mean, that's why we're shooting the driver.
Yeah.
Right. And then
And then we ended up just, you know, we lost him. He took off. And then we were searching the woods, the tree, hilltops in the woods. And I spotted something off in the distance to the north in the trees. I took out my binoculars, checked it out, and it was another vehicle. And of course, I got excited and yelled out, I spotted something to the north, and then I started running towards it. Everyone else followed me, and we got somebody open fired.
and you guys died.
A sniper killed Crom and Scott, but my Pint and myself were able to escape.
Do you know where the shots were fired from? Did you guys fire back? Did you?
We do not. We did not. We could not find out where they're from. I had prone into a bush and I hid there, and I kept sight on the vehicle and watched them leave. And that was the end of it.
Was it? Do you even know if it was a silenced weapon or did you hear loud?
Oh, we heard it. We heard the shots. We heard the shot first. As soon as we started running, we heard the shot, and there was a couple more shots, and that's when he got Crom and Scott.
Sounds good. Smoke, your favorite war story?
I haven't really had a war story yet. I'm just happy if I can live through the day and log out with the same character. I haven't really been... all these war stories you're talking about, I'm usually by myself or trying to get to y'all when these are going on, so I'm listening to them.
Oh,
but
man.
I haven't really had anything to where it's just, like, amazing. Most of my stuff is either just surviving by the skin of my teeth.
Surviving is your adventure?
Pretty much, because I've had, you know, hell, yesterday I got shot at 3 different times and survived. So, you know, it's just...
So all the viewers out there, Smoke can take 3 hits before he dies.
That was 3 different people hit me and didn't kill me.
Well, I think that's fairly impressive. You know, you're right. You're a survivor, unlike Crom and Scott, unfortunately, that day. Pint, best war story or favorite or whatever you can think of right now.
I actually like. We didn't get it on video. It was after that assault on Novi Sobar video that we did.
The one where Bravo team went in and got slaughtered.
Yeah, by the sniper.
Yeah.
But if you'll remember,
oh, that's right.
After you ran out of hard drive space, but we ended up going and outflanking him.
Yeah.
And we figured out what hill he was on.
Yeah.
And we came from the side, and that's I found he was laying down in a bush, and I saw him stand up and start switching to his pistol, and I dropped him.
Yeah.
And that's when Ira was coming up the hill, but from the far side.
Right.
And so I thought that was the sniper's buddy, and that's when I just took Ira's head off. So that wasn't cool. But
no.
That was good. I mean, we that's how you should do it. You get the intel, and then you make a plan, and you come from an angle. I mean, you don't. Where for the story that Bucket shared, we could have easily taken that if we stopped
and made a plan.
And made a plan and used cover and concealment and came from an unexpected angle and.
Sure.
Yeah.
That day where y'all went, that was the first time I've actually grouped with other people. That was the first time I made it to y'all. That was like my second day playing.
And that's the way. That's usually what happens at.
I didn't have
right?
any. Yeah, it's just you find people and you go, but I didn't have any weapons or anything. All I had was a pistol. That was it. I had the starter pistol, and sure enough, I'm the first one to get shot.
Because you don't have cloak. You're not playing TF2.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Or disguise. You can disguise into a ghillie suit or a zombie, for that matter. So I'll add my last couple cents here. So to add on to Pint's story, I'll tell it from my perspective because I too think that was one of the funnest times in DayZ so far. So just like Pint mentioned, for those of you listening or watching or whatever, I have a video up. I think it's called 11-Man Attack on Novi Sobar, and we basically fail. We Pint and myself are on the northern side of no. We're on the eastern side. I think we're on the northeastern side of Novi Sobar, and we have the rest of the TPG guys go into the town coming from the eastern side, trying to sweep to the west. And before they can even reach the first buildings of the town, they start getting sniped at And they're aggroing zombies, by the way. So they're getting sniped at. We don't hear it. Pint and I don't hear it. The sniping is coming from the southwestern side of the map. So the snipers are having free shots we can't support. That happens. A bunch of our guys die. We eventually regroup. So in the team that regroups, it's myself, Pint, Ayurvedic, and Blonde, right? No, is it Blonde or Trigger?
No, it was Blonde.
Blonde, because Trigger, I think Trigger almost died or did die.
No,
so it was Blonde.
It was definitely Blonde. He when the only reason I found the sniper where he was laying down was because he shot Blonde and I heard the shot and followed it.
Exactly.
We got close enough to where I could pinpoint his location by him firing and killing Blonde.
So after Novi Sobar, the four of us, Pint, myself, Ayurvedic, and Blonde, we traveled north. We traveled north to the northern side of Starry, where we were trying to get to the military tents. And near the military tents, there's a hill, and so we were gonna leave some guys on the hill, and then a few other guys were gonna go loot the military tents while we covered. Well, as soon as we got to the top of the hill, so Pint, Blonde, and Ira are looking forward. They're facing the town, and I'm in the back with the sniper rifle. And as a person in the back, it's your responsibility to check your 6 every now and then. So I check my 6, and I'm looking a little bit towards the military tents, and I see another player running from the military tents away from the military tents and towards some tree line. I forget which direction. And while this is happening, Pint, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you guys spot or hear something. I think I say something first, and then the gunshot fires, if I remember correctly.
Well, I think what happened was you called out the player on the base of the hill.
Right, exactly.
And then Blonde went to intercept him, and he got shot by the sniper who was supporting the guy who was actually down there at the loot.
Right, exactly.
And
so
it was that shot that let you and I locate the sniper.
Exactly. And I think you're the one that really killed him. I fired a couple additional shots, and then I think you walked up to him and popped 2 more in the chest to be sure,
no,
right?
I hit him a couple times with a pretty good assault rifle, an AKM,
right?
Which hits pretty hard. But I didn't hear the flies buzzing, so I just walked up and just put 2 right in his nipple.
Right, and so that killed him. But then before that, I think, and then after that, you killed Ira. And to be fair to Pint, another part of this game is that there's no name tags. There's no radar. You can't tell teammates from your enemies because everyone's the same model. The only reason why we don't kill each other is because we're all playing together. We're all friends. But there's nothing to stop me from shooting Pint in the back of the head. So Pint,
we make people vault, which makes you look stupid and jumping in the air. But
friendship dance.
It identifies.
It's the friendship dance.
Right. So in any case, Pint kills the enemy player. Then he kills Ira, and then I try to prone back and crawl towards the guy that was running away from the military tents. So as I'm proning and moving forward, I suddenly start getting shot at, and I do get hit, and my screen goes black and white, so I'm low on health, and then I prone back, trying to recover. And so Pint and I believe we retreat to further up the hill, and then back away, and we basically go down the hill, and I think we take the northern side. I'm pretty sure we didn't know which direction we were running.
We went north.
We went north. In a field. It was a big field, but we ran. It's a huge field. It probably takes about close to a minute to traverse the field. And 75 to 80% of the way out, we start getting shot at. You're the one that actually noticed the shots, right?
Right.
And so I prone. I think, do you go all the way to the tree line?
Once we started taking fire, there were not hay bales. What is it called when you take the hay and you roll
big straw?
Big straw.
Yeah, they're circular things. Yeah.
I'm not from Iowa. I don't know this stuff.
Exactly.
But, we took cover behind those, and then both of us popped smoke. Remember, and used the smoke as cover to get to the tree line.
Another useful thing for smoke. Very good thinking, Pint. And then we got to the tree line. And I believe your strategy was, okay, we're going to turn around prone because now we're in cover. We're in good cover. And we're going to fire a couple shots. I'm going to fire a couple shots because I've got the sniper rifle. I've got the DMR. And then if we're just going to fire a couple shots, let them know we mean business, and then hightail it from there. Yeah. So what happened was we prone, I turn around. I'm sorry?
They didn't pursue, so I think that might have helped.
So I turn around. I saw them. There were 2 models at the top of the hill, so there must have been 3 total, at least three players. And now that I think about it, the reason why one of the players was running away from the military tents was probably because his buddy spotted us or what may have you. But in any case, so we turn around, we saw the guys on the hill. it was a long shot. It was so far. So I didn't know about zeroing at the time, and I didn't know about bullet drop. So I had my crosshairs right on him. I wasn't hitting anything, but I fired a couple shots. They backed off. They ran away, and then we ran in another direction, and eventually lost them. But that was definitely a fun time. Unfortunately, Blonde died. Ira got shot in the face by his best friend in the world. And then later, a couple days later, I shot Ira in the leg with a DMR, and he somehow lived because I thought he was a bandit trying to kill you guys. But in any case,
I had Scott shoot me while he was in my pack.
I'm sure that I'm so afraid of that happening. I'm sure just by
use enter. Don't use your trigger button.
That's what I do. I consciously take my hand off mouse 1. But in any case, this audio went for much longer than anticipated. But I think we got some good content in here, and I think that viewers or listeners that are listening to this will appreciate it. Hopefully, and it gives them a little bit of perspective, especially if they're thinking about buying DayZ. And so I'd like to thank Pint, Smoke, and Bucket for joining me tonight. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all the viewers and listeners for checking this out. Once again, this is Rob with BlameRobVideos. Thank you very much, and we will see you guys next time.